Okay.
And we can stop fucking around.
Okay. Let me.
Are we live, chat? Is anybody out there in Riptides land? Why is it making me watch an ad?
It's
Yes.
live. Yeah,
There you go. It's actually live.
a little bit delayed.
Oh
yeah.
my
That was
god.
crazy.
It's
That was a journey.
It's a Christmas miracle. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry for the delay. I'm fucking mentally unstable. We're live now. At last.
Let me at everyone to get it
Yes.
the correct one.
Everybody tell your friends, family, and loved ones that we are live with the Riptides from Canada. Apparently, the greatest enemy of the United States at this point.
The 51st state.
Yeah,
We're
So-
repairing relations today.
we're here with Andy,
Yeah.
Bob, and you want to be called Mikey or Mike?
Either one's good.
All right, Andy, Bob, and Mike from the almighty Riptides, Canadian pop punk / punk rock, depending which track of the album you're listening to. Veterans, talking about their new album, Burn After Listening, out now on Pirates Press Records. You can get it on Aqua Blue or Tide Pod colored vinyl. And I just so happen to have 2 copies on the same color variant. So my loss is your gain. I'm going to be giving away a copy of the record at the end of the stream. Everybody make sure to enter the giveaway. It's linked in the announcements section on the Discord server. And maybe Kyle or someone can post it in the chat as well. We don't have that many entrants yet, so your odds of winning are very good. But anyway, we're here with the members of the band themselves, so I'll give them the stage if you guys want to say anything about your new record, Burn After Listening.
Thanks for
Bobby.
checking it out. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for logging in. I know my wife is logged in with my son upstairs, so there's a couple listeners. But yeah, no, thanks for checking it out. We're kind of blown away by the responses we're getting from people. So it seems like people are kind of digging it. So yeah, thanks for logging in on this thing and checking it out.
Fuck yeah.
My dog doesn't run out of the room when I play the new record, so it's a good sign.
That's the litmus
Doesn't run
test.
away.
Does he
That's the
run out
best.
on the old records? Is this like a improvement? He used to run out on the previous records, but this one he stays in the room.
This one is a she. This is Rosie. We actually got her the same summer that we put out, fall that we put out Canadian Graffiti. So she wasn't around long enough for the other listening part. Yeah, Canadian Graffiti. There you go.
I have to ask, is she a fan of Champagne Room from the Buy It You Scum split with the Queers?
Buy it, you scum. That was a fun tip on that one. That was an Asian Man release.
Yes.
And we still work, our best friends with Jake Sauer for our artwork. And just a funny little, there you go, you've got it. He has a subtle nod that he put on the front of that cover. So you've got the wave and you've got the red sky. Wave is blue, sky is red. He embodied the Asian Man logo into the artwork.
Oh
Nice.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that is sick.
Who came up with the name for that?
It's-
It's obviously
Joe.
a G.G. Allen play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you know, Joe's the biggest GG. They're from both Gigi and Joe were both from the New Hampshire scene. So yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't put I Knew Gigi When He Was a Wimp on this 7-inch, though. He put 2 other songs from the Back to the Basement record.
That's a good record. I like. It's kind of a throwback to the early Queers records. I don't think it gets as much love as it deserves. That one.
Yeah. Fun fact, so this was the first Riptides record I owned. The first I heard was Tales, but this is the first one I bought. So, fuck yeah. Shout out Asian Man Records. And shout out to your current label, Pirates Press. Real quick before we get into the album, because we are going to be listening to the new record, Burn After Listening, out now on Pirates Press Records. Are there any plans for Pirates Press to reissue some of the earlier Riptides catalog? Or can you not say at this moment?
We haven't really talked about it too much. We sort of talked a little bit about it, but we're kind of just all focused on getting this record out and doing what we can to support it right now. But yeah, definitely there's been some talk about it. We're definitely getting very low on any copies that we have of those pressings. So I actually talked to Matt from Something to Do Records.
Yeah.
He put out Canadian Graffiti. So he's
an awesome dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's still got these. They're like $12. Everybody should go buy this record.
Yeah, I was actually in touch with him. So I was going to buy kind of like maybe the rest that he has on hand. So we have some up here. But he talked about pressing more of those. And he was looking at Tales as well. He was
Reissue.
Reissue those as well. So
Nice.
yeah, the copies are pretty much out at this point.
Nice. All right.
And we're still tight with Dan Parent, the guy who did the artwork for Canadian.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome cover art.
I got a quick question for you guys, but I also want to read something from our chat here, which is from Danzig's Cat, also known as Richard in our Discord. He said, I bought a Riptides t-shirt from Interpunk a long time ago. Did the band get the money? We want to know. Did Interpunk send you guys that money for that t-shirt?
Officially, no.
Okay.
There was like with many other bands, whatever, like we had a fair amount of money there, and we reached out and said, because they were paying for a while. Like I think everyone got paid up until, I don't know, I want to say around Graffiti or like around, anyway, late teens or whatever.
Yeah,
we were
early
getting paid.
2010s.
Yeah, and then they just stopped, and we as soon as there was they used to be replying to everything, and then that communication just stopped. We're like, oh, something's up, and then so we just
fun fact.
We did get
that guy died like a month ago.
Oh, geez.
It's a fun fact, dude. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Put some highlight on the fun part. Yeah.
Wow. Oh well, yeah, that sucks.
All right.
Yeah.
He took those royalties to the grave with him. But
jeez.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry. That's kind of a damper on the mood.
So, Dylan. So I've got one more question for you guys. Also, Mick D Spab says, I think this is the best work you guys have done. I love your other shit too. But I think the first time I heard of you guys was the 2009 Tales from Planet Earth. Like I said, I have not given you guys any money yet, so I'm going to have to purchase Burn after listening to make up for it. But I have definitely illegally downloaded a few of your songs and put them on some mix CDs. My favorite one being Dial M for Murder. That's the one I remember being on like a kind of Ramones core pop punk record. And that was around the time Teenage Bottlerocket kind of blew up, which kind of gave like Ramones core kind of pop punk, like kind of like a second wave. Did you guys feel that around that time? Like, do you feel like did you get any of that wave from that Teenage Bottlerocket popularity? Would you pick it up like more tours, more merch, or anything like that? What was that like 2009, 2010 time for you guys?
100%. We were and still are huge fans. Like we were on the road with those guys for a bit there. They came up to Canada. We did a stretch through Ontario, Quebec, and stuff like that. And yeah, big fans. And yeah, I think everyone kind of got swept up in that, and like I think that was good for everybody, good for the scene, and kind of like you said, sort of a little bit of injected some adrenaline back into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like we've been around long enough. I mean, this is our 27th year. We've seen waves, the Ramon waves, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like every decade there's like a good solid 2, 3, 4 years where there's that little. So I think we've been through about 3 or 4 different waves where, Ramones are cool this week. And you jump on that. You play shows and kids come out and sing along. Mm-hmm. We do a cover of Bonzo that we've done for 20 years. And you get the whole crowd singing along. But it's almost like the wave thing. And so the Bottlerocket, Riptides, a dozen other bands better than all of us combined, all at the same time, that just we all benefit at the same time, and we're all friends, and we all just
sweet.
That's rad. But we'll get into you want to get into the new record here, so we won't talk about Dial M for Murder, which is my favorite song, but I have not listened to the new one yet. I've saved it just for this. So
you know what, I want to be the polite Canadian and answer the comment. We didn't actually directly say thank you. The kid who said, I have all your other records or I heard them all, but this one's your best. We love all our records like they're our children. We're really proud of this new one, but thank you for the compliment. That really means a lot.
We have a different kind of compliment. Transcore says, the new album's my first Riptides album, and I absolutely love it. So you're picking up new fans too. It's not just the old school guys.
Sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right. Well,
Kyle, real quick, Kyle, have you listened to the new record yet, or are you going in blind like I am?
No, I listened to it a whole bunch today. It's awesome. So
Okay.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I'm the only one. I decided to
time,
save myself here. So
yeah.
This is our first, just as an intro to like where, how this went down. We did a lot of our previous records all with Master Genie at Sonic Iguana. This one here, this is our first venture out to
Blasting Room.
Fort Collins, Colorado, Blasting Room, working with Andrew Berlin as our producer. So this was like, as our, artists, it's a change of scenery, it's a change of pace, and it's always good to have that challenge. And so, yeah, this took us out of our safe comfort zone of Sonic Iguana in Lafayette, Indiana, and that we had been to for 15 years. And my brother and I flew out, and we didn't know what was going to happen, but what you're going to listen to is what came out of it.
Hell yeah. All right, so Dylan, you are playing it live, but we will have to play to follow along, correct?
Correct. I don't think Andy has any way to listen to it either because he's on his phone. So just imagine.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's get started. So up first, album opener. We Came to Destroy. Anything you guys want to say about this, or you just want to get right into it?
Let's get it.
All right.
Give her,
sweet.
bud.
Sweet.
Also, you can listen on the stream if you want to hear it, but there'll be a slight delay.
Yeah.
So
all right. We Came to Destroy in 3, 2, 1.
Come in peace, but we'll leave you in pieces. No need to bring us to your leaders, 'cause we don't care at all. Don't try to
Did Cody play on that part?
Yeah, that lead part.
Yeah, Cody's lead on this whole thing.
Yeah, we can talk over it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and starting out with a track like this, it's all the records I grew up listening to. Weezer, Weird record, always starts out with like that punching fast.
It's like a classic.
You give any thought to an instrumental, a la Beat Off or?
Wow. I don't know for this record if we did.
We have.
Yeah.
You have Shit Sandwich as an instrumental on the last one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the first?
Yeah. Shit Sandwich is the first track on the other one, right?
That's right. Yeah. Shit Sandwich. Is up. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're playing after that. All right. We Came to Destroy. We're good. Yeah. That was it. Sorry.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. Quick one.
I can only hear it. My wife's listening to the stream upstairs, and there's a delay.
There's probably like a 6-second delay at least. So that's correct. So not the most ideal way to share listening with people, but they're all hearing it. So
in some capacity. Anything else you guys want to add about that one? Why I'm a big fan of sequencing of albums, and you kind of touched on that a little bit, but anything you want to share about the song or anything?
Yeah, no, just obvious sort of sci-fi references. We're all sci-fi movie nerds, so kind of check the boxes on that.
That was an early one too. remember our first jams. That was like the first song we started to jam is when we got back together to jam.
Yeah, I think so. That was early on when we wrote the record. I think that one was like, okay, that's the lead off track. You kind of have to get your lead off track kind of cemented early on in the process. I think, which I think we did with that one.
How long ago did you guys start writing for the record? A few years.
Yeah, well, some of the songs for it were like definite like COVID era songs, right?
Yeah.
So we started writing like, as soon as lockdown was like, well, may as well write because there's not much else to do. Like when you're, locked down and secluded from everyone. So there's a lot of writing over COVID and stuff. And Mikey and I were writing a bunch at the beginning. We started doing. We were like, let's write something completely not punk. So we wrote an entire children's record, like an entire kids record, and that was the first thing we did. And we were like, hey, I wonder if we can use apps like Discord or whatever, and we can maybe, because we can't get together, maybe we can all play those songs together. And technology still can't do that, like because everyone has to like sync it up separately and then edit it all together. So we wrote an entire kids record, which I think is still kind of cool, but
it's really good.
But that was it. We couldn't jam it. So we're like, oh well, so that's been shelved for like 5 years.
Do you think you'll ever release that?
I'd love to.
So maybe they would love it.
What's the theme of the kids record here? Like, is there like a story, or is it like for like a kind of like an imaginary, like a Wiggle style TV show?
Yeah, well, we kind of started out. We're like, let's call it "Let's Go" because, like, hey ho, whatever, like the Ramones kind of thing. But call it "Let's Go," and at the time, all our kids were like, 6, 7 years old and getting into music. And hey, what are our dads up to? And like, well, let's play music. So it's basically like pop punk songs, but for kids. And now 5 years later, they're all like 12 and like learning instruments of their own and stuff. So we're like, wow, we just blew through like an entire era of their lives. But it was cool at the time because the idea was to do those songs and maybe like set up on the driveway and like do shows for the kids in the neighborhood, like during COVID and stuff like that. But you kind of weren't even really allowed to do that up here sometimes. So it just got really weird. So we wrote maybe at least a dozen or 12 or 15 songs and demoed them out, and they're actually pretty good.
It's amazing how easy that came though, right in the kids' songs.
Oh yeah, that was so easy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I don't know if I may be so self-indulgent. I think it'd be a great record. I really do.
I think you guys should release it. I want to
like adults
hear it.
too. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So the ABCs with the Riptides. So
yeah, they were all like 6, 7-year-old kid type songs. Like we were listening to a lot of Raffi and all. Like Raffi's my go-to for kids music. So
interesting.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, it's also a great intro track on this one. We Came to Destroy. It's like a classic. It really harkens back to like the early Lillington stuff, like so much. So it's a great intro track. And Dylan, you want to go ahead? You guys want to get into the second track here, which is the song "Smile." So, anything you want to say about "Smile" before Dylan hits play, and then we, get confused of when the song's going to end, and you guys can talk about it.
Sure. Yeah, this song, this is a Mikey song. Mikey wrote this one with his other band, Goat, and it's just phenomenal. We're like, let's play it. Let's put it on this record. And Mikey was so kind.
It's like before you hit play. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. No.
It's just a bit of an older punk song, but it was Riptided though, so it fits
Riptified
the bill here for sure. Riptified, there you go. But it's just basically a feed the rich, eat the poor type of tune. But it's just good punk rock.
Hell yeah, dude! Before you hit play real quick, I just want to say, McD in the chat says top 5 song on the album for sure, referring to the first one, and he also says Raffi rules. So
thanks, dude.
so
good. So good.
Shout out to Raffi. All right, Dylan, hit play whenever.
First concert was written.
All right, track number 2, "Smile." In 3, 2, 1. Badass lead part.
Yeah, this is Cody again.
I have a question relating to that I'll ask in a minute and 10 seconds.
It really is an excellent lead part.
Come home in a cardboard box. Sleep well, your belly's full and bloated, your bank account's just loaded, digging your retirement plot. We cannot sow our seeds in fields of rotting meat. The blood's rising faster and it just submerges your feet. The trail say you can't hide, it follows you again.
I think this song has some of the strongest lyrics on the album, probably. Very cinematic almost.
It's all Mikey Voodoo. When I first heard that song that he wrote in his basement, lyrically it was like, can't touch a thing. It's fucking great. It was, yeah, I fully agree.
Let me ask, is the next song plays on a lot of the same themes as Smile does? Which one came first, Smile or End of the World?
Smile was like a long time before, yeah.
Okay. Was End of the World written to play on that? Same like the world is ending and
if I can remember if I remember correctly,
End of the World was late.
End of the
late.
It was the End of the World was the last. It was the last song written before. That was the last demo that we did.
You know what's interesting is a lot of bands' big hits end up being the last song they write on this one, and this seems to be your most popular song so far off this record, at least on Spotify. So
it's the single.
It seems like I believe is it the single? Okay, yeah. A lot of times, like the last song they write is the single. I'm pretty sure "Fat Lip" by Sum 41 was one of the last ones they wrote as well, and other type bands like that.
I think the timing of. We got really lucky. We got a lot of good fortune with the world's misfortune right now.
Sure.
We just got so the timing of like most of these songs were written within like 3 or 4 years ago and were recorded like a year and a half ago and then just released. But right now it couldn't even be more applicable for wording. Like it's poppy. We play it up. It's not as dark as depressing as it's meant to, it's meant to be interpreted. But if the timing of it coming out,
back in the fall, they were kind of like, we were talking leading up to the election. They were like, well, the label wanted to know what song to push, like, when the record comes out. Or like End of the World. But if the Democrats go in, it might not be as dark and gloomy as. So it was. The world kind of changed with that, right? So
you were hoping for a Republican victory so you could have a really strong single. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. That's not what he was saying, guys. Just for the heads up.
No.
And real quick from the chat, we got Transcore says, tour stop in Cincinnati with the Raging Nathans win. When does that happen?
Oh, love the guys in the Raging Nathans. That's Rad Girlfriend. That's off Rad Girlfriend. Yeah. And so I think it's Nathan who runs Rad Girlfriend. Fucking coolest dude. And yeah, they're just like
Ryan. I think his name's Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
It's Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah. But it's his band. He may as well be Nathan.
Yeah, Raging Nathans are awesome. Awesome dudes too.
And then real quick, we got Sean the Greatest is asking a question. Do you guys like Black Flag better pre-Henry? I'll answer first, yes. No. Go ahead, you guys can go.
All I remember was one of the biggest shows we ever played locally in Ottawa. And one of the funnest fucking shows was us opening up for the Circle Jerks with Keith Morris. Yeah. And I've never seen Henry and Black Flag live. I was too young for that too. But all I got to say is Keith Morris and Circle Jerks put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. And the crowd was just it was insane. So I don't really have I mean, Damaged, I'm not going to argue with that record. That's Henry. But
look,
like,
I mean, you have the correct take. Keith Morris is the better front man, so I agree.
okay, so I don't have to put up any more of a fight. So
What about Ron
that's
Reyes,
right.
man? Give him
Rod
his
Ray.
flowers.
That's right.
just I just have to base it on personal experience, and like that show was one of my top 5 favorite shows we ever played with other bands. So Keith Morris destroyed it. So
There we go.
I gotta say, I just saw the Circle Jerks like a couple months back with the Descendants, and Keith's still killing
Oh.
it for his age and everything. Like it's awesome. Like,
Did he yell at the crowd though? Did he tell him to settle down? That's important. You know,
no,
he
but
always ends up doing that.
he went on a long rant at like thanking all the staff at the venue.
Yeah, he loves doing it.
And he at one point he mentioned
Sweet
that
guy.
Crocs are like the most punk thing you can wear right now. So everybody go get your Circle Jerks
it's what I'm-
Crocs.
It's what I'm wearing currently, dude. So watch out. But,
oh look, there we go.
Are they in
Yeah,
sport
but
mode? Oh,
You got
Dylan.
focus, but, yeah.
You guys want to go ahead and get in? Go ahead.
yeah, before you jump in, all I'm going to say is never get Bob Goblin started on the topic of Brooks Ghost running shoes.
oh, Bob, would you like to talk about Brooks Ghost running shoes by
no.
chance?
No, all I'm
Wait
saying
a
is you
second,
can't
wait
compete
a
with their
second.
comfort, right? Can't compete with
Are you a stockholder? Are they publicly traded?
I should be. I
Okay.
really should be.
Use code Riptide for 50% off your first pair.
Tonight's stream sponsored by Brooks. I already forgot the name. Running shoes. End of the World.
But you
Next
guys-
song on the album. The only single.
Yes.
Real quick, one comment on this. I have great appreciation. A lot of bands now put out like 12 singles from an album. You guys kept it to 1. You restrained yourselves, and I appreciate that because you kind of get fatigued if there's like 5 singles for an album. So I think you picked the right song, and it was enough to I guess wet people's whistle for a few weeks. So End of the World.
My whistle's wet right now, so let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Well, some said it would end in fire, and some said ice. We were warned, but still ignored, and now we pay the price.
Also, I was gonna say the longest song on the album. It's the second longest song at 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
Economical use of time.
Yes.
Ignore the writing on the wall. Now it's over, and we don't even give a fuck at all. The cannonballs still fly, 'cause they were never banned. Never. There's no more seas to sail, the doves are decaying in the sand. We're the authors of our fall. Ignore the writing on the wall. Now it's over, and we don't even give a fuck at all. It's the end of the world, and I'm just glad it's over. It's the end of the world, no way I'm staying sober. 'Cause we went and messed it up, and now we're lost to history. It's the end of the world tonight, and that's alright with me. And now we've had enough, and now we're calling your bluff. Without you to contend, we'll let it all just end, and maybe we can start all over again. It's the end of
I love this part where it just drops out and it's just the guitar and vocal.
It's the end of the world, no way I'm staying sober. 'Cause we went and messed it up, and now we're lost to history. It's the end of the world tonight, and that's alright with me. End of the world tonight, and that's alright with me. End of the world tonight, and that's alright with me. Tonight, and that's alright with me. Tonight, and that's alright with me.
Fuck yeah. Real
Yeah,
quick,
dude, that's Go ahead, Dylan.
do you guys keep the demo recordings? I would be curious that the song is very kind compared to most punk songs, I would say like from a production standpoint, it's pretty like there's a lot of layers and shit. It's very developed. I'd be curious how the demo compares to the final recording of that song specifically.
Oh shit! I can send it to you if you want.
Please do.
Yeah, we have it all. We have it all in like a Google Drive folder and all that stuff.
He was really just asking for a free demo. That's what he wanted.
But you're looking at the evolution and how much production played a part in that. And as kudos to my twin bro, the demo is like identical to how the song came out in the studio. Bob had that whole song from start to finish in his head, and even I think that break. Again, I wasn't actually listening to it because I'm on the phone and AirPods, but even in that break, I think my brother had that demoed too. So it's like it was the last song. It was probably like the home stretch before going to the studio, and he had that one like start to finish. And so that's one that really didn't have a lot of baking in the kitchen on that one. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nice. That's a show ender right there. That's the final song. You play that like an encore. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like already like exhaustedly drunk listening to that one because I just got out of the pit at 32 and my knees are hurting. And you guys are playing It's the End of the World, and I'm just leaning on the person next to me. Kind of.
Well, we're fine tuning our set list right now for the record release show, so maybe I think it's near the end right now, but
we had. You're speaking of demos. Which demo do you want? We had like 12 demos of each song.
Oh, really?
We re-recorded them like
versions of them.
One more time. We'll try it this way and this one. This way. Yeah, there were so many different.
I'm just curious.
Phone would say 1 through 9.
I'm just curious how much of it was production and how much of it was just you guys like off the top like. Okay, right here, I wanted everything to drop out, and it's just guitar and vocal and stuff like that. Was that an idea from the start, or was it? And Andy already answered it, so that's what I was wondering about.
Sometimes Bob's got it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say most for this record, like for the previous records, like a lot of that stuff we kind of just played around with Mass, like in the studio. But for this one, we. Like Blasting Room, we hadn't been there before, so we really wanted to tighten everything as much as possible before going down. There's the cost attached to being at Blasting Room, so we didn't want a lot of dead time trying to figure out parts. So we just wanted to go down and just knock it all out. So we want to make sure everything was as tight as we could before we went down.
Bob has he has a gift for melody too when he puts when he arranges songs to give away any
what
secrets.
Happens
he'd send me like a chorus and then he'd say, what do you think of this? And they'd be like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then he'd just build around it. Pretty crazy how it just comes out, and then that's the song, right? It doesn't change a ton.
So is that how you rate
like the difference, like working with Mass versus Bob, like having kind of that pressure to go in there and kind of be more ready. Like, do you find that ended up making the record better in general, or? I found
more pressure. More pressure. If you have a pressure point on it, you tend to work a bit harder to tighten things up. You don't want to. I don't know. I felt more pressure to go down there and do better. Like, not that we, didn't with Mass, but just I think it was more the pressure of taking yourself. We're removing ourselves from our comfort zone by quite a bit, by going to a whole nother studio with people we didn't know. So it was like, okay, let's try and get stuff as tight as we could.
And now, is that how you?
Just to add,
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Just to add to that, just to answer your overall question, the answer is yes. When it comes to anytime we go to a studio, we're always taking ourselves out of our regular lives, our comfort zone, we're putting our time, our money, and everything into it. So when it comes to like those 16-hour drives to Lafayette, Indiana that we did for 15 years straight, or going to the Blasting Room, anytime we approach a studio record, my brother and I are really critical about the curating of what we're spending our time and money on and making these trips. And so, it's not like we just throw We almost learned from this experience with the blasting room that the more time we had on our side, whether it be COVID or just making time out of our busy schedules like work and stuff, time is the best supporter of curating your set of songs to make sure that they're the ones that you want to commit to and put all the time and money into.
Just a quick one on that last one, End of the World. Like, it obviously has like the REM type reference to it, but more so than that song, I'm a huge fan of the Skeeter Davis End of the World song. I don't know if you've ever heard that one before, but if you check out Skeeter Davis on Spotify or something like that, she's got an End of the World song. It's just hauntingly beautiful. If you take it's worth a listen. It's an oldie song, but it's just amazing. I was talking to Joe. We were working on a record years ago, and I thought that one would be a wicked one for the Queers to cover with that Joe kind of his approach to vocals, but they didn't end up doing it. So I always wanted to do something kind of End of the World-ish in that Skeeter Davis kind of vein.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song too, but yeah, obviously
it is
dark,
oh,
right? Like,
so
yeah,
good.
it's a cool contrast.
I don't know if you saw the movie The Eternals, but there's a scene in The Eternals where they bring in the Skeeter Davis song, and they're kind of just like walking through the world. Anyway, I just thought it was really cool.
I'll check that out. Yeah, it sounds cool.
It's nerdy. Sorry.
All right. Well, Dylan, you want to go ahead and get to the next song here, which is Bad Habit. Anything you guys want to say on Bad Habit before we start it? Or you just want to, let's go through the song and then you guys can talk about it.
It's an Offspring cover.
I think it's an Offspring cover, 100%. So,
okay. All right. Bad Habit by the Riptides, not the Offspring. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
I read the labels and the warning signs. Saw red flags, but I didn't mind. I took a chance on a tuned romance, but I didn't care anyway. My friends think that I'm out of my head. They said stop, but I ignore them instead. Now I'm in too deep and the damage is steep, but it's a price that I'm willing to pay. Because you're a bad habit that I just cannot quit. You're a bad habit and I don't think that I can get over it. My symptoms guaranteed. You'll be the death of me. You're a bad habit that I don't.
This one kind of sounds like it could have been on a Canadian Graffiti.
I remember your cheerful grin.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that, yeah. I worked on this one with Maddie D-Crack. You guys like the D-Cracks at all?
Hell yeah. You
Fuck
kidding?
yeah, they're so good. They got to be one of the most underrated bands.
Yes.
Like,
Label
so
mates
good.
now.
Fucking right. Just talking to Maddie today. Might try and get over to Europe at some point.
Nice.
what was the band? I missed it. I had the music up too loud.
D-Cracks.
Oh, yeah. We love
So good.
Love them. Jagger Holly.
D-Cracks like the last proper full-length serious issues. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. Like, come on.
Well, he plays on this record too, doesn't he? Matt?
So, no, Matt and I worked on several of the songs on this record.
Ah.
So this is one of them. End of the World we worked on. In this one though, Mike Kennedy does the lead solos in that, lead guitars in that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna. Well, now that you mention it, I can totally hear that compared to. Did Mike? Did he play at all on First World Manifesto, or he just produced First World Manifesto? I don't remember. Anyway, it sounded like those later period Weasel lead guitar parts.
Yeah, if he didn't, for sure
Yeah.
he produced it. I'm pretty sure he played on it too.
Maybe some
I
Freaks of
I could be wrong.
Atavism or the newest record.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I totally hear that. Yeah, Bad Habit,
quick.
track number 4. Go ahead.
Yeah, before you guys get into it, just some chats that we didn't get to yet, which we have Rabbit saying best album of 2025 so far. So
Oh.
your guys' album.
Huge.
Thank you,
So-
dude.
Oh man, That's
Next,
awesome.
next, Garacha says Keith spends more time talking at shows than the band playing for sure. Oh, that's about Keith Morris. Like,
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
They play
yeah,
like
yeah.
50 songs.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Either way, he's paid his dues. He's allowed to just go up there and talk if he wants to. Connor Glassy says, "Come to Seattle. We have Brook outlet stores. Brooks
Huge.
outlet stores.
Hey, I'm there. I'm there.
Bob already booked the flight.
Oh man, if people want to start sending Brooks Ghost shoes, I'm all for it.
You guys need
They
a
even have new
Riptide
Macs.
signature shoe.
And then we have Ken saying the longest song is 2 minutes 42 seconds.
Yeah.
My kind of album. And Mick D says, please play Winnipeg, please.
Oh, Winnipeg.
Cobalt.
Oh, is the Cobalt? No,
No,
not
that
the,
was Vancouver.
No, the Royal Albert.
The
The
Royal,
Albert Hotel in Winnipeg. I don't know if it's still there, but
Oh,
we don't have
my
enough. We don't
God.
have this stream isn't long enough for the stories about the Royal Albert Hotel in Winnipeg.
And our trip
And
in
our-
and out of Winnipeg.
Oh, I think we should just move on.
Oh,
We'll save it for the autobiography. All
Anyone
right.
from Winnipeg knows that hotel.
Maybe
Royal
Mick D
Albert,
knows.
yeah.
Make the
And then Ken says, come to Australia with Chicks Dig It, please. I know Ken is a big
Oh my
Chicks
God.
Dig It
Oh.
fan. So.
Oh,
That is a dream trip. I would if
Any-
KJ was up for it any day of the week, I would love to go to Australia. I love that country. I love you. Whoever wrote that.
Ken, the number one
Ken.
fan of The New America by Bad Religion, Ken. By the way, real quick,
Yes.
sidebar here.
New America.
Everyone, yeah, he's a big fan of that album. It's like his whole
Always
personality.
a fan of the album.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Everyone's saying their wishes for you guys to play places. I think they're banned from the States, kinda, sorta. But Dream Tour, Chicks Dig It, the Riptides, and the Hextalls. Canadian Invasion, and you guys play Florida in maybe 2050 or something when the Chicks Dig It ban is up.
It's not the Hex Tales. Have I been
Chicks
saying their
Dig It?
name? I've been saying their
Love
name
the
wrong?
Hex Skulls.
Fuck yeah.
Did you say
Love the
Chicks-
Hex Skulls.
did you say the Chicks Dig It's banned?
Yeah, they they can't get a visa, like a working visa or something. It's I forget. Anyway,
Oh, I
What?
thought you were saying they were banned, and I was about to ask
No,
them, like,
Chicks
what kind
Dig
of
It
badass
is-
shit
Yeah.
they got.
Chicks
what?
Dig It is.
Okay.
Oh.
T-Cracks are also.
Didn't-
Oh,
But yeah, Chicks Dig It
T-Cracks
is.
are good, okay.
KJ came here
States.
in 2012, and it was just him, and he had to have like Kepi Gooley and a few other guys play with him. They played the Pre-Fest in Florida. They played a Chicks Dig It set. But yeah, I listened to a podcast or something, and KJ said that maybe he was bullshitting. Maybe they just don't want to come to the States. But that's what he said.
Yeah. It does. The work permits cost right now under Trump. Trump raised all the work
Yeah.
permit costs, where it's not even worth it now at this
Yeah.
point. It's crazy. It would cost us $10,000 US just to cross to play one show.
Damn.
Damn.
$10,000, yeah.
All right, let's start a GoFundMe, guys. All right. And let's figure out Chicks Dig It's legal status within the
Yes.
states. And then
I could be
figure that
wrong.
out
I
too.
could be wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering, or KJ was just bullshitting. I don't know.
It's Chicks Dig
Good
It,
that
guys.
needs us now anyway.
Rascals. But let's go into the next song here
Yes.
off your record, which is She's the Most. Anything you guys want to say about She's the Most or Bad Habit, which just played?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Straightforward pop punk songs.
Yeah.
The-
I mean, there's only so much. I think we've talked like a good bit about the album, so we can just kind of play the songs and shoot the shit in between.
yeah. All right.
But yeah, go ahead, everyone. Show everyone She's the Most still.
All right. I'm doing it. 3, 2, 1.
'Cause she's the most. She's the most. Yeah, she's the most. She's the most. She's the one that's
this Mike Kennedy again, or is this Cody on the lead part? Sounds like Kennedy.
That's Cody, actually. Yeah, Mike just did. What did he do? He did Bad Habit, and then he did the Art Cat Food one, I believe.
Yeah, 4 and 13. So
Did I
Bad
get that
Habit
right?
and the one
Oh,
thing.
the one thing. Sorry.
That's what the liner notes say. Maybe they're lying.
So when I was checking out Drop It Off today, I noticed like the first song is My Girlfriend's Fucking Ugly. Is this anyway an apology song for that one, or?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Make
Yeah,
it up
those
to you,
that Dropout was like actually sort of like a compilation of like we did a bunch of records, three or four records, full lengths before that one that we just did on like burned on the CDRs. We did it on a Fostex R8 reel-to-reel machine that we had at home in our basement. So we recorded 3 full lengths before that, and then Dropout was just like a handful of ones that like we used to play live a lot. So yeah, Dropout is just like basically a long live set that we re-recorded down at the Electric Cave in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay,
So
cool. I
it's
didn't
some
realize
kind of
that,
compilation of like a whole bunch of other stuff that came before it.
Yeah, it's like, Asian Man put out the early ones.
No, like no, not the ones. The ones before Dropout have never. Those are just CDRs that I don't even have any of those anymore.
Real
Oh,
quick,
Asian Man re-release Dropout. Yeah.
Should I just play the songs and maybe we'll break it something notable, or what do you want me to do here? Just keep
Sure,
playing.
yeah.
All right.
Sure, yeah.
Antisocial.
I'll just say I don't know if we'll be able to finish the whole album.
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
only thing we've talked
All
about.
right.
That's the only.
Yeah,
We're rolling.
yeah.
Antisocial.
Or at least for me. You just skip cut it out, or are you just playing songs?
It played.
Oh, you played it already.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dude. But yeah, so when you're so when you write these songs, you say you start with a chorus, correct? And then you build out from there. Like usually you get like a catchy melody, something that you know is going to be an infectious chorus, get those chords, and then you add in the verses around. That's basically how you write it.
Yeah, usually it's a song title. Usually it's just a song title. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And then from the song title, then like a chorus or a hook will come from that, and then sort of build out to that. I'm not a verse guy. I'm just not a verse guy. That's always like the last thing I do. So I'll do a pre-chorus and a chorus, then a pre-chorus to it, and then get around to doing a verse. So
Hey, look, you play Ramones core pop punk. It's all a chorus. You know what I mean?
that's it. I want a hook.
It's all a hook. You know what I mean? That's the idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of how I write it too. I always get like a catchy melody that's a good chorus, and then I build upon that as well. Also, I love the song title idea because I do that as well. I think of like a really funny song title. I'm like, I gotta build off it. It's got
So the next song is Antisocial.
No, that's playing right now.
currently
Yes.
playing for the audience.
The
So you'll
song
see
before
the
the
irony.
yeah, cut it out right before it. Just a note, that was the oldest song on this record. That was almost on Canadian Graffiti, but we had a song on that called Motor Mouth with Corey from the Varsity Weirdos doing it. And we were like, that's enough. We put it on there just as like a palate cleanser song, you know, to move on to this one.
It kind of reminds me of Danny the Whip too. From Screeching
Okay, yeah.
Were you guys listening to that a lot when you were writing that or anything? Or
That
I don't know.
actually,
You're a lot
that
of
record, that record I wasn't listening to. Like I always listen to Weasel, but I wasn't listening to that one specifically. That was written, but yeah, just growing up on Weasel and stuff, it's probably just ingrained anyway.
For sure, yeah. You guys have like the perfect combination of like all those like Weasel, Lillingtons, like everything. Yeah.
Yes.
awesome. I think we all grew up on the DNA is throughout all these records. Like we all grew up on that stuff. Right? Like for me, Boogada is just like that's like a blueprint record for me.
It's a religion.
Oh
Yeah.
My favorite is Anthem. Anthem for Me Tomorrow.
oh, Anthem, eh? Yeah.
Kyle's favorite is emo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Hey,
some
you
people
know,
who like
I
that
like all
album.
the Weasel records. I'll defend you, bro.
I never
Bark Like
listened
a
to
Dog
that.
was my favorite. Probably Boogaloo probably after it, but yeah.
No brain
First
hurts, eh? No brain hurts. Brain hurts.
That's my favorite, but I love Bark Like a Dog. The first
Bark Like a Dog.
song I heard was Cool Kids. And that fan-made music video with the stick figures on YouTube, that was like my shit back then. I would listen to it all the time.
Cool Kids was the first Weasel song you ever heard.
Yeah, it was the first song I ever heard by
Wow.
Screeching.
That
Yeah.
would have been my first one too. The fat
And on YouTube,
back
they're
home,
like
yeah.
2006, 2007 probably. So actually maybe later when it came out. Yeah.
I got
Dude, high school in the 90s blasting Boogaloo at house parties.
Speaking of Bark Like a Dog, the song that's playing right now, My Heart's Tattooed on My Sleeve reminds me of Your Name is Tattooed on My Heart.
Name's tattooed on my heart. Yeah, actually, that one, like, I like that song title. I wanted to use it, and I wrote a song with Joe on the Queers record called. It ended up being called "Let the Rain Wash Away My Tears" or whatever. The original title for that song was my heart's tattooed on my sleeve, and Joe preferred to use "Let the Rain Wash Away My Tears." And it's like, sure, it's your record. But so I just wanted to use. I still wanted to use that title for a song. So writing new ones.
No, this is another one that's probably like the second most popular off this record. It seems like with people. Some people really
So
like this one a lot.
I was wrong. There was 2 singles for the album. This is the second one. I must have missed when it was a single. I think maybe because Side of the World had the music video, I maybe missed this one.
This one came out on Valentine's Day, I think.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I
Dylan
was
wouldn't know.
crying in a Modelo on Valentine's Day, probably.
Wait,
As we do.
Did you guys have the line? I'm trying to think here, where it was like, "You ripped up my heart like yet last year's Valentine card." Is that you guys?
Yep.
That was
Yeah,
the first track off of Tales from Twilight.
Yeah, dude, that line is so good. That's awesome. That's
Hung up.
awesome. Lyric. That lives like
Hung
rent
up.
free in my head sometimes. Some people from the chat here, Spab says, "Do not play the album, please."
So
There's pain. There's pain in the text. that you just
there
said.
is.
Please.
There is. Do
Yeah.
not play the album.
Well, we did. I think we've played it more than once. I think we played it like twice.
yeah, I think it was twice. Yeah, one time they offered to put us up in the rooms there, which we found like it's like halfway in the house above it. Like the hotel is subsidized rooms, so don't play. Well, I'm not saying don't play there, but maybe not stay there afterwards. There's
Don't try to party upstairs.
or at least keep it quiet.
Okay. All right.
Let's leave it at that.
And Transcore says, "This is one of my favorites on the record, along with the one thing." They're referring to Antisocial. A lot of people seem to love Antisocial. A lot of Antisocial people on chat here. Spab also says, "Antisocial speaks to me, my second favorite on the album."
Ooh,
Thanks.
We're listening
was,
to Do You Hear What I Hear right now. Was this a contender for the children's album? Some crossover here?
totally. It was the lead-off track of this record. The material was like so appropriate. Over COVID, Mikey and I went down because I think right before COVID was that Bad Religion record. I forget the name of it right now, but
Age of Unreason.
yeah, Age of Unreason. That was like a year before or whatever. And Mike and I went down a Bad Religion rabbit hole. And just I don't know. We're just making playlists of like our favorite Bad Religion stuff. So you can definitely hear it throughout this record. I think we had.
Yeah, I could hear the Bad Religion right away. Like,
Yeah,
I
we
was
had-
actually ask you that. It's funny you brought it up.
Yeah, we had a
There's a
bunch.
few other fast punkers that didn't make it.
Yeah, there
There
was
was
a
a
few
title
others.
track actually. at
Yeah.
one point.
It was.
And that was
Burn after listening. Yeah.
Burn after listening. It was pretty good.
More inside
Pretty
joke.
good too, but yeah, you get to a point where you use a few of them to like just kind of like bring up the energy of the record a bit, aside from the pop, or do you go full Bad Religion? We're like, no, It was a weird time. A weird time.
Let's see here. We have Danzig Cat says Antisocial is my favorite song of the album. Andy sounds awesome on it. Let me check this one.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then, Danzig Cat also says we need to apologize to the Riptides for Ergot being drunk. I am not even drunk.
Too many kids.
Have I been?
I'd like to say more.
What were you saying, Kyle?
I was gonna say if you're not drunk, maybe that's saying even more about
Is
who
it
you
saying
are
more?
normally.
Am I being disruptive or something?
No,
Richard?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about either. I'm being perfectly polite and wonderful.
Richard's
But
is
Blair
weird.
McMacken,
Richard's trying to start some shit.
he's trying
Love
to get under my skin. He loves to get under my skin. He's kind of a
Richard
dick,
rules.
but he's a great guy.
Is
he also
Richard-
said
Is
he
Richard
said
from
he's-
Canada?
No, I don't believe so. He's spiritually Australian, but I believe he's from America. I'm not sure where.
Cribbed.
But yeah. So he also says that 18 years ago he sung "Bonzo Goes to Bitburg" with you guys on stage, which was mentioned earlier, but I don't know if he mentioned the exact song. So he was singing the Ramones cover with you guys on stage 18 years ago. Rich, you got to tell us where at. So
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Bonzo's been in the set since 2000, at least 2007. So
yeah,
that he's spot on there. We would usually close out almost every live set with Bonzo, and yeah, everyone just jumps in. So yeah, he's spot on.
so maybe he needs to apologize for being drunk. Sounds like he disrupted the Bonzo cover. That's what it sounds like. Blair McMacken says this album's pretty sick. I'm digging it. Good vocals, solid riffs, and leads. Good shit.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude.
That's awesome.
By the way, if you guys want to buy the record, link in the description will
Yes.
take you to piratespress.com. You can get it on 2 color variants. You can get it on aqua blue colored vinyl, or you can get it on Tide Pod colored vinyl. Don't eat it though.
Where in the record are we right now? Because I can't hear.
Lie to me.
Oh, we're on Live to
Record.
Me.
Which, by the way, I want to say you guys got on like a bit of a tear with like the. I call it easy listening songs, like songs that like you just throw them on the background. You don't have to think about it. Like you're unbothered by them. They're just pleasant and pleasing to the ear. With the last few songs.
So you're saying we're in our busy listening years.
Yeah.
I like how I like
Yacht
how
rock.
Bob went out of his. Oh, is the song still playing?
It's ending now in
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
But
I just wanted to say I like how Bob wrote that one where it's like positive major chords and like feeling poppy and go and a nice happy solo, contradicting with the most depressing lyrics possible. The most depressing relationship related lyrics. So I like that. It's fun to do songs like that.
I'm not a big lyrics
don't
guy. I gotta
always-
read the lyrics. Honestly, I wasn't
Reader,
paying that
reader.
much attention to the lyrical content.
It was the easy listening.
I was yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, I thought the
Dylan-
first line, I thought it said Fast Girls, but I read it and it says West Van Girl. I thought it said Fast Girls,
Oh,
like a
okay.
throwback to the song.
Okay, before you start the next one,
Oh, I already did. I'll
is the
pause
next
it. Though.
one.
Go ahead.
Oh no.
Okay. No, go ahead, play it. I'll talk after.
All right. No, you can talk while we're listening to. Go ahead. Okay.
Can't hear it. It's all good.
Get Over It. It's playing now for the second time.
get over you. So correct yourself.
Sorry.
sir.
Get Over You. Maybe
Sound
I'm
like a
drunk.
fake Riptide. Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
not.
Yeah.
That'll be on the next
Yeah,
record.
this
Get
one-
Over It.
This one I think the original demo was always like just one Andy lead on it, and then we were like, yeah. But then, having the girl, like having Morel on it, she just killed it. I don't know if you guys like Lone Wolf at all.
Hell yeah, I like
I never
Lone
listened
Wolf.
to him.
Yeah. Oh man, they're
Great
so
band.
good. They're so good.
So
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
who is Lone Wolf?
They're a
Lone Wolf?
European. They're Dutch.
Yeah, they're from Rotterdam, I believe. Okay. And Morel and Ox from the Accelerators, he's in that band too. And Evo's on drums, and he used to play in the Ape. Evo plays in like every band over there, but I think he's drumming in the Windowsill, and he used to drum in the Apers and stuff. But they're just a great band. Definitely check them out. They play Fest usually every year.
Yeah,
but,
Lone Wolf is awesome. I forget what the last
really
record's called, but it's on Stardom Records. It's another one. Everybody go buy the Lone Wolf record.
So good. I think they're recording. I think they're recording their new one right now.
Oh, really?
I believe. Yeah. So watch for that.
Hell yeah.
Also, real quick, Dylan, when one song ends, you should let us know and then say what the next song
Yeah,
is.
I mean, we're talking, so I don't want to like interject too aggressively. Anyway, this
It's okay. Yeah.
it's ending now, and the one thing is starting now.
So the one thing that is Transcore's favorite song off the record, and also Danzig's cat, also known as Richard, says it was in Spokane, Washington. That's when he got on stage and disrupted your set rudely and sang "Bonzo Goes to Big." So
It's never rudely.
Never
When you're
rudely.
jumping up to, when you're jumping up to sing the Ramones, it's never rude.
I don't know if you can. Can you be rude during a Ramones song? I don't know if it's possible.
No.
I remember that Spokane show was middle of winter and absolutely freezing. And a prospect for the Senate. Yeah, Jared Cowan just got drafted by the Senators, and he was playing that night. The stadium was like right across the street from where we played. That's all I remember.
There you go.
It was a sports bar. Do you remember the name of that sports bar?
I cannot remember the name of that bar.
I meant the writer. He'll remember because he's from there, so we'll leave it at that.
Richard, what was the
And,
venue called?
And Blair McMacken says, this has nothing to do with the record. They're just asking about another one of our things. But are we ever finishing the worst band name bracket? Did I somehow miss it? We're getting to it. It's just been a messy month. So
He's indicating our band name sucks.
no.
I don't think you guys are
not
on there,
on
right?
the worst. Yeah, so they're in the final round.
I think we're just going to change ours to Mike's band name, Goat. I mean, that's the best name. Goat with an exclamation mark.
Getting old and tired.
And Transcore says, I added this to my love song playlist. This song absolutely rules, which is referring to the one thing.
Oh,
What is the
thanks.
one thing?
the one thing I
Love,
got
baby.
right, you know, your
Was you?
your partner.
It was you.
What's you, Dylan?
Flattered.
Your partner. It's the one thing you did right.
Are we married now? Officially?
I know.
Yeah, Bob.
Dylan.
All right, bottom
Lovable
feeder is
teddy bear.
starting. Bottom feeder.
This
Another Mikey.
Mikey.
Song.
This is a fast one too. I like this one a lot.
Ripper.
Mikey played it live with Goat, and I watched them in the audience, and I was like, that's my favorite fucking song on that he plays live. And I told him that probably the first time I heard him play it.
So that's my song now.
A drunk person came up to me after a goat show once. And she called us all bottom feeders. Said, you guys suck and you're all bottom feeders. And I said something like, this rock and roll, man. And I went home and I wrote the heaviest, fastest, stupidest song I could.
That's a good backstory.
Our most
What'd you guys
call
like
it bottom
fuck up the
feeder?
show? What'd you do to this lady?
Nothing, we just played sad. She didn't like it though.
She just hated you.
Unforgivable.
I don't know if you've ever been called a bottom feeder, but it's very inspiring.
No,
Mike,
I did. Go ahead, John.
Mike, do you write most of the harder songs like this for the Riptides?
I guess on this one, there's just a couple of them.
Just like
Incidentally,
2 or 3?
past, but yeah, I just kind of my background influence is a lot of skate punk and hardcore stuff. And I love everything punk, but I guess it comes out in the writing. I just play fast, but Something about those two the guys liked, and I don't know, they turned out pretty good. They fit. It's strangely they fit really well. So, like I said, what'd you call
Sorry,
it?
I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
Now I can.
Riptided?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, Fade to Black, album closer.
Also, real quick, Richard says December 4th. He is right.
We lost Bob.
Bob left.
Probably. Oh, we're back. Oh god,
Bob's back.
I'm zoomed. I'm super zoomed.
Is all the cameras messed up?
Just mine actually.
Just yours? That's good. So, also Mick D says, I love how happy and poppy and easy this album is to listen to. It has the most real lyrics. Borderline depressing. Fucking great work, gentlemen. So, you got Spab borderline depressed here.
We're falling
Good
apart
job.
with the webcams now.
Why? What happened? Who else left it? Job.
I think Andy. I think they. Mike, do they live together? Maybe Andy and Bob. The Wi-Fi just went down.
No, but maybe they should get along better.
Now I'm big here. So.
Oh no! What is happening?
Yeah, now that they're gone, you can tell us how
Now
you
that they're
feel.
gone, I'll give you guys the real.
Said fuck those
Yeah.
guys.
Let us know what's up with those guys, dude. So what's up with Andy and Bob? Like, what's going on with this?
He's back in there.
Good old
Oh,
ears. Oh,
yeah. Andy, we were just complimenting him. No, I'm kidding.
that's the third time Rogers has cut out on me today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that happening everywhere? Mike's a pro on this type.
Mine's
He
doing
went down
good.
too.
Mine hasn't dropped.
Yeah, Bob
Yeah, he hasn't
dropped.
dropped. I
Bob
mean,
dropped.
we don't know. Either the Wi-Fi or Discord, just depending where you're at, just screws up sometimes. So it kind of is what it is.
He's frozen too, unless he's.
Well, let's see here. Albino Rhino says this album's rad. Just added it. I think Smile is my favorite so far. Awesome guitar solo on that one. But all in all, an awesome, well-rounded album. Got a couple songs added a couple songs to my Ramones Core playlist. So,
Cool. Thanks, dude.
and Scaracha says you guys should be very proud of this album. Sounds like they are. And Connor Glassy says, guys, this album rules. Thank you for doing this.
Nice.
And so, and Lake Citron,
Thank
what's
you.
up, boy?
Thank you for listening to it.
Hell yeah.
I'm fighting
And,
for
I guess
my webcams.
I don't know what's happening with it.
Mike is the last man
Everybody's-
standing
like-
consistently.
I'm like reading these chats and like I just keep hearing Discord
Bloop,
leave and join
bloop,
sounds.
bloop.
Like where I'm like, well, Mike can respond to it.
All right, Bob's
Yeah,
back.
what do you need?
There we go, Bob's back.
What do you need?
Bob's
Yeah,
back.
just
Welcome
bring
back,
Bob.
Rob.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about that.
I will say
I
this.
gave away all the secrets, all of them.
Yeah, now we just need Andy.
He
So-
told everybody your social security number too. Even well, you guys probably don't have those actually.
No, it's
No, we got him. Yeah.
10 numbers.
you guys probably don't have your from that third world country, Canada.
I don't know. But I don't know what Canada's equivalent of that is, man.
When my igloo melted, my
They still do the barter system up there, trading bottles of maple syrup and Canadian ham,
pelt,
Beaver pelts, yeah.
beaver
pelts
pelts.
and fabrics.
All right.
Oh
You guys
man.
know about Louis Rail up there? Or? No.
No, what
Canadian
is that?
history For you. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, okay.
Okay. I thought about buying some Molson Canadian tonight to be topical, but I didn't look. There's tariffs on it. It'd be 25% more than a Miller, so I passed on that.
Is Molson
Bob,
Canadian actually sold in the States? You can buy it there?
Total Wine, I think. Total Wine has it.
Well, Bob, are you back here? Can you talk? Just check
Yeah.
your mic real quick.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just making sure here. So, and I guess guess Andy's just gone. So, and like Spring says, shout out to Dylan for a true no fun at all recommendation. Out of Bound Rips. So you guys like no fun at all, or
We're not talking about that right now, buddy. Come on now. Talking about the Riptides.
What are you talking about? We're not talking about. I was just asking him.
I know. I'm talking to him.
We're not talking about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, only ask about the Riptides.
Only stay on topic.
Yeah.
Riptides only stream. Anywho, let's see if we get Andy back.
I just really want to know, like, where do you guys get your ideas from? You don't actually have to answer that question.
Yeah, no, I mean, wherever, like, where do you get ideas for, like, books, movies, other songs? You know,
it's kind of a joke question. It's not a real one. I mean, like, but yeah, I know you guys are big 1970s, 1980s horror fans. So do you add like a lot of that stuff into your writing? I know you have Dial In for Murder. So there's a lot of kind of like sci-fi references and horror movies. Do you watch a movie that you say, I got to write a song about this film?
Oh yeah, all the, like, if it's sometimes a melody or a song title or something will jump out at you and you're like, oh, that'd be perfect. Like we did Killer Clowns from Outer Space and all that. But you know, I don't know, like sometimes it gets a bit tired sometimes after a while, but you never know. Like we start actually right when COVID hit. I went down do you guys like The Thing by John Carpenter? I mean,
of course, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Right.
So started going, like, before even really starting on this record, started going deep down a rabbit hole of like almost writing sort of a concept record about that movie. And then after a few songs in, it was like, okay, let's take a break for a while.
Yeah, like how do we finish this? That's what I would think. I feel like it would be an awesome, fun start, but then you'd be like, how are we going to theme it all around? Just
totally. Yeah,
that'd be tough. That'd be tough.
And what is wrong with my brain? Right? Yeah, it was a weird time. But yeah, there was a couple songs that actually weren't too bad. But it was just, sometimes you just get into a film and dig it and go down the path and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But yeah, I think movies and books and stuff like that is great inspiration for punk rock songs.
Definitely.
Like look at like Lillington's records and stuff, you know, like yeah.
I had a kind of Canadian specific question maybe for you guys. So just a couple like anecdotes here. Like just a couple weeks ago I was on Discogs and this guy just from Quebec randomly asked me for this album on my list. And the band is Less Than Zero. It's actually my cousin's band. They're from St. Catharines and they used to play the Mind Bomb. I know you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
So it was just like kind of crazy that like they haven't been a band for like 26 years and there's still people out there looking for their music.
And
then I was on your Facebook page today and there was a Warped Tour ad and the Ceremonial Snips were on there. And so that's like my big local band. They're from my city. And it got me kind of thinking like there's just all these kind of bands like the Snips or like they've kind of just been lost in time.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just wondering, like, you guys have played shows since the 90s. Like, what are some of those bands that you think people should know about?
I got you. So I went down. I was actually thinking about that exact same thing last night. I got 3 for you right now. I'm going to throw.
Okay.
One of them is the Muggins from Ottawa.
Okay.
And they're one of my all-time favorite bands. Period. Like they were just live music, that just powerhouse live. Their songs tight, catchy, just the best. They had one CDR record called The Young and the Breastless, and with sort of like an Archie type hand drawn cover CDR. They probably pressed 50 of them. Incredible band, one of the best punk bands ever. They were from Ottawa. Another one down your way, actually. I think I want to say they were from Hamilton. They were called the Runts. Okay. And I remember Jimmy Vapid gave me a cassette of those guys. And I think when we were playing with the Vapids in like the early 2000s, I think the Runts were done or finishing up around there. but we played that tape on tours until we broke the tape. It was one of those bands that they just hit, like, I think they only ever did that one cassette tape, as far as I know. But if anyone has run stuff, I would love for that, to hear that, because they were just incredible. And then the other one I was thinking about last night, we went on tour with them 2000, I think. The Dinks from Thunder Bay.
Okay.
The Dinks. And if you go on YouTube, they've got a track. They had a record called Dawn of the Dinks. And Steve Dink was the singer. Melonhead, his brother, was on bass. They were in that Meathead Records scene up in Thunder Bay. And Eric Mueller, was that his name? Eric, he was like the Meathead Records guy, and he put together this awesome compilation of Thunder Bay, Northern Ontario punk rock bands. And of that bunch, like the Dinks really stood out to me. They were awesome. They have a wicked song called You High Stick My Heart. And I think Ben Weasel, yeah, it's just they had a video for it too, which was just like chef's kiss, amazing. And we went on tour with those guys across Canada, and it was so much fun. They sort of changed their style on that tour. Like they were doing like the Riverdales thing before a lot of other bands jumped on that and did it better than anyone. And then they sort of switched more like New York Dolls kind of style for that tour. But they threw in Dink songs. But yeah, those three bands, the Muggins, the Runts, and the Dinks, are bands that you can't. It's tough to find their stuff, but if you can, it's absolute gold.
I'm gonna go on an adventure and try to find it.
Yeah, sure. It's worth it if you find it. Worth it if you find it, for sure.
There you go. Obscure Canadian punk tier list. That's the next video.
There we go. Yeah.
If you're talking Meathead Records, do look for a band called Head Cramp.
Oh, Head Cramp. That was another one. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know. You just sometimes on YouTube you'll find just people have uploaded this stuff, so you just never know what's out there.
Did you ever see the Goalies? The Goalies from Hamilton? They were down your way. The Goalies.
Doesn't sound familiar, but I'm quite a bit younger, right? So I missed out probably on a lot of that.
No need to bring that up. What the hell? Real quick from the chat, Transcore says the Jasons are a great horror-themed Ramones core band. I feel like I've heard of them. I don't know if I've listened to. What's the other one called? The Horror Section.
Shout out.
Is that them?
Both on.
Like something. Also, there's a giveaway to win the Riptides record from Dylan. Snatch it from his grubby hands. Also, Blair McMacken says, "What the fuck is Dylan doing?" I don't know if you were doing something weird, Dylan, but Blair McMacken caught you on it.
I'm trying to fix the webcams because people keep joining and leaving. Mike was split across two webcam windows for a moment there. I just fixed them. Anyway, we're about to wrap up, but we gotta give away the record. So let me check. I'll give you one more minute to enter the giveaway because we're currently at 9 entrants. Come on, people. You want to win a copy of the brand new Riptides record, Burn After Listening, out now on Pirates Press Records on aqua blue colored vinyl. Enter the giveaway.
Links in the chat.
Yes.
And Scaracha says, are any of those bands they are talking about available online, or too obscure? Well, he said you can find the Dinks on YouTube.
Dinks, yeah, almost a lot of that Dawn of the Dinks is on Mental Hospital. That's another wicked track they did. That's on YouTube. Muggins, I've got a copy of it somewhere. I could I don't know, put it, I don't know.
You can be the guy. You can be the guy.
Yeah, I could be the guy. Start bootlegging Muggins stuff, right?
Yeah.
Send it to a guy in our Discord, Brokenhead. He has a YouTube channel, Toilet Water. He loves uploading the most obscure stuff he can find.
Oh, cool.
Blair Danzig's Cat says, how do I enter for the giveaway? You hit the link that says enter the giveaway.
Yeah, at the top of the chat, I pinned it. I'll throw one out there. It's a bit after the time of all the bands you mentioned. A 2010s band, Hey Mister, with an exclamation point. I think they're from Vancouver or Winnipeg, somewhere in Western Canada. Awesome band. They're on Spotify, an album called The Rocket Summer. Skate punk.
Nice.
Real cool band. Anyway,
Nice.
Let's see. It's been about a minute. We're up to
Go ahead.
11 entrants in the giveaway. We're gonna go ahead and do a wheel spin here. So let me pull it up. You'll spin.
Give it away, dude.
Give it away now. All right, let's put it
Give
on
it away.
the.
Give it away. Give it away.
Let's give it a spot on the screen. There we go. We got the wheel.
Richard says he's entered, so make sure Richard's name is on there.
Richard, I've already rigged it, so you win, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Didn't Richard win something just recently?
I don't know.
So I can't remember.
Perhaps. All right.
It is a wonderful, very professional.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
Let's
Don't
do
worry
it.
about
You should have color themed it. You can color theme this thing, you know.
Whatever. I did it in 2 seconds.
Whatever.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. Just do
Click
it.
the spin. Let's go. Who's gonna win the new Riptides record?
Dude, I'm on the edge of my seat right now, for real.
Ooh, oh, Double A got scammed. Major bummer. Parentheses, piece of shit for breakfast. You are the winner, buddy. Are you here? Are you watching? That is a prerequisite. If you're not watching, I'm spinning again. So Major
Oh,
Bummer.
it's Major Bummer.
Major Bummer.
I think he's from Ottawa. Isn't he from Ottawa?
I hope
Major
not,
Bummer
'cause
is
it's gonna rate me on the shipping, so I might have to spin
He's
again.
piece of shit for breakfast. I forget what his name is in the
YouTube?
in the chat, but he's active in the Discord. I just give it to him. So
Major bummer.
I
this
should've
is
said
indeed a major bummer.
US
says
only.
Connor Bastia.
Oh boy. Major
Well,
Bummer.
if he's in Ottawa, I could hook him up here if he's in Ottawa. It's up to you.
I would appreciate it. Well, maybe we can have 2 winners. Maybe we have one in Canada and one in the States. I don't think he's here anyway.
All right, go ahead, dude.
All right, let's spin it
That's
again.
pretty
Let's get our American
I
winner.
love spinning wheels, so I'm fine with spinning as many times as you want to.
Watch, he wins again. Oh, he almost did. Albino Rhino. He's in Texas. You're getting the record, buddy.
Nice.
And
What?
he was in the chat. So.
If you want to send Major Bummer a record too, I'll give you his contact information. Oh boy.
Well, maybe if he had, well, he doesn't have a social security number because he's
Yes.
Canadian, but we'll figure out
We also
something
need
else
that.
to identify him.
If you want to hit him up, I posted his email in the chat, but
He'll give you 3 beaver pelts for that
All right.
Riptides record.
I did in all fairness to myself, I did say on the forum you need to be present in the stream to win. So Albino Rhino is in the chat.
I mean, people, yeah, I mean, as long as you were at this, yeah, Albino Rhino is here. He says, I'm
Yes.
here. He says, hell yes. So,
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Where in Texas is Albino?
He's in Dallas, isn't he? Aren't you
Dallas,
Albino
nice.
Rhino? I'm gonna be your neighbor soon, dude. We can be friends, maybe.
Nice.
you're moving to Texas? Big
Yeah.
move, man.
Yeah, big announcement there. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you. It sucks Andy fell off, but we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Once again, I'll implore you. I almost said implore you. I'm not gonna do that. Implore you to buy the new Riptides record from Pirates Press Records. As you heard just now, it's fucking awesome. Pop punk, punk rock, Ramones core. They do it all. I will say it is their most varied album yet, and the most well produced, I will say. So, awesome record. Pick it up on vinyl. Listen to it on Spotify. Buy it on Bandcamp, perhaps, if you want to buy it digitally. And
Illegally downloaded off
don't do
LimeWire.
that.
if you
Please
can.
don't do that. Napster, FrostWire, BearShare. Any closing words, gentlemen? We got Bob and Mike, the last men standing here.
Well, just first, thanks so much for the kind words and all the comments and everyone who jumped online to listen to us bullshit for the last 2 hours. It's so appreciated. Thanks for your time. Just love it. Love hearing from you guys. Love talking to you guys. Nice to meet you guys. Kind of
On the internet.
on the internet. So yeah, just thanks for everyone taking the time to listen to the record and talk to us. It's awesome. Really appreciate it.
Play Niagara
yeah,
Falls. You can meet Kyle.
Yeah, come or even Toronto or somewhere close.
Yeah, we'll do the go-karting on Clifton Hill.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after you guys
Yeah,
are
thanks-
allowed
thanks.
back in the States, come here as well, since I know you've
Yeah,
been banned.
thank you
according to
for
Dylan.
everything. And Canada, we're your friends. We're your friends.
That's right. The 51st state, guys. All right. We'll catch
Gonna be more than friends soon.
Real good neighbor.
Yeah. All right. Massive thank you to Bob, Mike, and Andy from the Riptides for hanging out. Buy the record, check it out. Out now on Pirates Press. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again at some point in the future.